Cool, we started. Let's actually run the live stream on TikTok as usual. So yeah, you have always to run through this part if you're actually joining from minute 1, because I always have to actually start TikTok after I start Twitch. So you'll have a few minutes more on Twitch for sure. Right now we started. I see Twitch live streaming going on, and here we go. Now let's start other ones. Actually, I'll change the title. Like I'll do like something like Master React and learn JavaScript, something like that. JavaScript, learn JS. Yeah, that sounds cool. And let's go. Go live. Yesterday the chat was really messed up. There was like some restrictions, but now I'm trying to actually take them off. Yeah, now it works. Cool. So we have our chat over there and everything is good. Nice. All right. Hey, already 4 people watching. Oh my gosh, you got the notification already on Discord, or how does that work? Yeah, I actually promised to be here earlier, so that's why I can actually fix this up with just taking a nap. Yeah, all right. Let me just copy Twitch and yeah. Everyone. Here we go. All right, who's in the chat? Let's go. Let's see who comes first. All right, I'll actually also start up my my server, because yesterday I actually wanted to kind of like to split into 2 terminals, so one for the backend and one for the front end. Front end one is actually fairly easy. Just do that, and the server one will be just cd, or let's do ZAI, that's where we are, and let's do same thing like cd server and then run dev. So now we have the server running, and that therefore everything is separated correctly. What app is bro building? I'm actually doing a AI chat wrapper. Actually, you can find this on our history for the live streams. I talked about it a lot on my TikTok. Also, I actually have a lot of questions that came up, and I summed them up into a video. So you can find a lot into my GitHub about this as code, and also you can find a lot of videos actually while working on this app, either on Twitch or YouTube. Both ways, you will be really overwhelmed with how many information we shared. Cool. Nice. So let's go. How do I get good at math for CS? I mean, the math that you use for CS isn't that big of a deal. Honestly, that's what I remember, at least, from my friends who didn't go into the mathematical modeling route, and they chose actually to study university for CS, computer science, specifically in like just algorithmics and yeah, anything around that. They wasn't actually studying that heavy kind of math, right? You won't be studying probabilities a lot or something that's really extensive. You will be just learning the stuff that makes you better at algorithmics, which is what makes sense for this, for the whole thing. All right, let me see where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday we stopped at a very good part where we actually created component for sign in and sign up. And we decided actually to make them as pop-ups, and that was actually a good decision, because if we do pop-ups here, it's gonna be actually epic. We don't really need to do anything more than just logging in and logging out, and actually disable on the button if you actually don't have a session. And that's what I got from what the chat wanted me to do, and also that's what I remember today to build. Yeah, cool. Let me actually pop out the chats and we start. Cool, guys. Hopefully you are all prepared to watch here. It's a new app. You are building this music app. Yeah, this is a new one, and actually can show you where we are right now. Actually, it's kind of crazy because I have I have a lot of things happening in this application alone. All of them are on the same component for now, at least. So you will see here, this is the login part, right? I also did the sign-in part, and this is the wrapper for our application. Right now it returns like a 401 because I need actually to to create the part where it lets you do this, like it lets you query the backend when you have a session. But yeah, because we don't have a session, actually I might now test it out with just a fake account, right? So if I do test and then test at test.com, right, I'll choose a random password, so it can be anything, honestly, it's up to you. And then I sign up. If I just check right now what will happen, in the network tab, okay, I will sign up again. In the network tab, it will say, hey, user already exists. That's totally fine. So now if I just do test at that and just do the password that I want to do, then check here, it will tell me actually invalid. I think I need to either validate my email or, yeah, that's I think the problem. But yeah, after all, if you validate your email or basically confirm your email, that's what we say, then it will be working fine and things will be working correct. So that's the part that we are doing right now. And the application is totally funny app, wrapper for ChatGPT. It always will mislead you and actually will give you kind of like wrong answers, which is fun to do. Like, why not? Yeah, cool. I will pop up the chat right now so I can see everybody's on Twitch. And yeah, that's it. And then we start, right? Cool. Awesome, guys. Let's go. All right. Do you have any questions before we start actually building this or maybe coding? This looks really clean. Do you plan on doing a React Native up to? Yeah, it actually, I want to do maybe a version of it for mobile. Why not? But actually, to understand what we are doing here, we are actually trying to make this as a joke, so people actually can send to their friends this application and say, hey, I have for you ChatGPT for free, basically, or AI wrapper that you can use for free. And then when they use it, it always misleads them and it actually don't tell them the truth. So it's kind of joke, right? It's not like something that I want to build up for mobile or whatever, for like to have it run on multiple platforms and actually maybe monetize it or something like that. Yeah, it's not like a product after all. Jay asked, your Tmux PowerShell? Yeah, I actually have PowerShell and then WSL under it, and with WSL I installed Tmux. Tmux actually I think is not available on Windows, as it contains there is package managers for Windows like Chocolately. I talked about this a bit, but I don't think that they have the possibility for you to do that, like the possibility for you to run Tmux, right? Especially it's a tile manager for basically like Fish Shell or any shell that uses Linux, basically. Homebrew also can install Tmux, I think. As a packager, you can do that. And it depends also on your dot files. Yeah. Honestly, a good question here from our friend said, why Prisma? Why not actually to use raw database queries or even Next? I think that I am sick really of writing queries. I did that a lot, like with Oracle. I worked with them for a bit. And they had actually a little bit of Oracle Cloud Management tools that they actually accept queries. And I wrote a lot of queries before, and I'm sick of it. Literally, I don't want to write queries anymore. And I find like doing Prisma as an ORM is actually a very better way to do it, because nobody will do them right now, like queries like that. Maybe your backend will take care of that. But yeah, I feel like maybe you take off to do something more reasonable, more better, with just actually working on the features better than actually starting doing the SQL stuff. Yeah, trust me, bro, AI cannot actually write proper code. At times it loops itself. It might happen when you don't actually give a good prompt. But overall, what I know is that overall you can find a good AI that if you prompt it very well, it will give you actually a good idea of what you want to build. But yeah, overall, AI won't replace us. AI will enhance our work and maybe boost us, right? Did you check out the plugin I told you about? Yeah, man. I actually checked your code, but I didn't open my PC just now. Honestly, Sunday and Saturday is like just for me sacred to family and stuff like that. So I've been here and there and everywhere, and I just sat down right now, literally on my PC. I will let you know. I will message you whenever I'm free, and maybe after this, yeah, and we will check it. Can you send us a zip file for terminal ID configurations? All right, I'll give you a really good one here. You can go to my GitHub. First of all, I have Linktree. So basically with Linktree, you can go and check my GitHub directly. And here you go. I have the, oh, I actually cannot post links anymore in live settings. What the hell is happening? It should be allowed. There is like a way that you can actually share links and stuff like that, but now it's actually blocking me to share links anymore. This is very funny though. It's blocking me from my own stream to share links with my viewers. The comments wasn't posted because of live issues. All right, let me see. Live settings. Okay, I don't know what is happening, but I think the live is just not allowing me to do certain stuff. But overall, yeah, it's not a problem. Let me wait a bit, and then I'll see what is the problem. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this. Now it is there, so I just disabled something. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can get it on GitHub, and you can just go on GitHub here, and then you will have something called my new Vim setup, right? By the way, look at the grind here. That's really nice. You can go here to repos, and my new Vim setup. Yeah, here you will have only one. The funny part is that I use new Vim with Tmux like included, like. And yeah, this is amazing because now you can do Tmux conf, and then you will have all my Tmux binding basically. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't find anything else that can help you with besides that you go to my dot files and check everything, and maybe you tell us exactly what you want to learn from that. Yeah, cool. Hey, Illusion, what's up? I see you on Twitch. Nice, glad you joined. Nice, everybody's here. By the way, for people on Twitch, you can just say bank socials, and then you will have that, right? So I think the bank is like exclamation point, and then yeah, better on Twitch than TikTok. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if you join also from TikTok and you want to go to my Linktree and also go to my Twitch, we'll be actually able to see the full screen, and it will be better for you to actually follow the live stream, right? So do that. Maybe if you're interested, I would like to have some followers there. Tmux, but you use Windows. I actually need to explain this part, right? So what you can do with Windows is actually to install WSL, which is Windows substitute for Linux, right? And by the way, PowerShell itself can accept also MVim and all of that. You only need to find a really good package manager, and for this you can find Choco or Chocolately or something like that. I remember Choco, like if you just search chocolately.org, you will find it here basically, and you can get started with just installing their stuff. Okay, by the way, this is the organization website, so you can say Chocolately, and then install, something like that, and then Google will take you to the right page to configure this, right? And you can do this on PowerShell, and it will work fine. Actually, it will work typically fine. You will install MVim and stuff like that. The only thing that Tmux won't work for you until you know that WSL and Windows are actually interconnected, which means that if you write WSL Tmux on your PowerShell, you will call Tmux from your PowerShell and still use it on Windows. So that's something that you can do. The only thing that you risk here is just that you have less RAM to work with, or yeah. So yeah, why not? Chocolately gets auto-installed with Node.js if you let it. Yeah, why not? That's also a good thing. Yeah, they know their stuff. I mean, maybe they partnered up lately, but I don't know about that, right? Hey Hafiz, how are you? I see you on the chat as well. Yeah, cool. Nice. How's it going, everybody? Oh, no need to do it yourself? I mean, interesting. Maybe with the new Node.js, it actually installs correctly, but I have no idea. Yeah, cool. So I have 7 people watching on Twitch. That's not bad. Usually don't have more than 15 or something like that. Did you still use AI during your development? Chris asked this genuine question, and honestly, I still use AI 100%. Not as a plugin, but as just a chat that I open on the side of my screen and try to actually learn with it. So if I have a big error, I will just post it there and try to learn GS with it, right? Sometimes for interview questions, I tend to compare my solutions to the AI solutions just because AI sometimes finds a better solutions to do stuff. And I feel like that's really amazing. Yeah. Where did I learn CS? I actually started from my couch. Basically, I started getting bored and I was like, yeah, what is the best language that I can learn for me to just learn web dev? Because my goal was just to build websites, right? Forms, websites, like that. Simple stuff. And average guy said, it's my day off and I see this. Why not, man? Why not? Let's do it. All right, cool. Let's start coding, right? Why not? But also, if you have any questions, I would like to read them all and read about what you guys want to talk about, and then we move forward, okay? So it's your turn to ask as many questions. Ask anything, even not coding. I don't care. And also, thanks for liking the stream on TikTok. That's really nice of you guys. Nice, Chris. Cool, man. I want to learn, but YouTube doesn't teach GS fully. Yes, that is correct. YouTube tend to follow the trend. So now, do you actually guys play video games? Okay, let's ask you like this. Did you hear about the scandal that Ubisoft is having lately? Like Ubisoft saying like it's the worst company. They don't know how to market their video games and stuff like that. And also they say that Ubisoft did Assassin's Creed wrongly because they have like a Japanese culture where they use a black dude for being a hero in a Japanese game, so they're inaccurate or something like that. But all people that talk bad about this game, they never played it. Literally, they never played it. They know nothing about it. They're basically teenagers. They didn't grow up with 2009 playing Assassin's Creed 1 for the first time in their life after Prince of Persia being a big thing or something like that. So they really don't know what they're talking about. So they end up to hop into the trend. What happens to JavaScript actually is the same. Like vibe coding is here. Everybody's vibe coding for some reason. Yeah, so for example, when ChatGPT came out, like ChatGPT is 3 years old, by the way. 3 years old, like 2022, by the way. So what are you talking about? I didn't change my job. It didn't take my job to like literally a bad level or something like that. It just enhanced me and made me better. So why should I compete with AI? I just need to use AI, right? That's it. You have auto-completion in your Vim? No, I disabled auto-completion. Yeah, trash tech support as well. Yeah, they are. What kind of microphone you're using? I'm using the Razer microphone. Here you go. This is the Razer. I forgot his name, but Cyrus, something like that. I will check it and I will send it in the chat. I have the box somewhere, I think, on the left side here. No, I don't. Anyhow, it's really just a normal mic, but what I do to the mic is just I try to actually enhance its voice, and I do that using NVIDIA broadcast tool. So just write NVIDIA broadcast tool in Google and you will find how to enhance the video and also the quality of the sound. So now if I do this, you can hear it here, you can hear it also on my keyboard. And yeah, so that's really the good thing about that is that it caches everything. Actually, sometimes my child cries somewhere in the in the house and it capped it. But the thing is that this is a bad settings for work because they will hear everything, and it's a good setting for ASMR, maybe for the keyboard and stuff like that. So I tend to use it like that. Yeah, cool. So I will answer actually Twitch questions now. What did you eat today? Today was fun. I went actually in the morning with nothing until 12, and we went to a coffee shop nearby. We got like some cake, like a choco cake, right? and some Nussschnecke, or Nussschnecke is basically croissant with noisette with like something on top, like sprinkles on top also as well. And I ate that, and then some cake, and then I made some coffees, and then I've been burning this for like hours and hours, and then literally 1 hour ago I just went and yeah, I ate spaghetti, and that's it. Like a really bad day is all sugar and and carbs. Yeah. JavaScript is very useful language for anything web related since it inherently all the browser uses it. Yeah, I mean, the thing about JavaScript is with its V8 engine, that's what they call, and that's what they actually stand on, basically to run code on the browser side with the client side, right? Which is really good. And yeah, AA, don't spam please, because your comment will get deleted from my screen, but I see your comment. What IDE and plugin is that? I have a lot of plugins for my IDE. So this is the plugin for Git. So what I do leader key and then L for opening, triggering, basically linting or whatever. But if I do L and then G, right, or LG very quick like this, I will open Git and I can see actually my remote stuff. So this is my remote main, origin, whatever. And then I go here and I can see also my commits. That's what was open actually. On the other hand, this is my app.tsx. This is what we worked on yesterday. So I use also some other plugins. So if I go Mason, for example, here, you can see all my plugins, right? I have updated ESLint not so long ago and then downgraded it just because it was shit. And then if you do here, and I forgot the word actually, LSP or maybe something like that, you will see all my plugins. But for now, I actually tend to forget the word. Lazy Envim, maybe that, Lazy Vim, that's also a thing. But also, yeah, the packager. I forgot the name of the packager, but now actually it tend to be not in my head. But you can go there also and launch all your plugins basically. Yeah. Illusion said he still uses VS Code for code editing. I mean, there's no difference about that. I learned NeoVim literally in last December, so I'm 4 months using this. Not long. I'm not good at it. I know some stuff. I became fast at what I know. What I did is really, really simple, and I think if you want to be my level, who wants to be my level here? Raise your hand if you want to be my level on Vim. It's the basic level. You just go to GitHub, my GitHub for sure. Let me just find it. All right. Go down here and search for my NeoVim setup. Then go down to my README file. I literally put everything, like stupidly description of everything that I know. If I press GG, I will go to the top of the beginning of the page. If I go Control B, and I will see something full screen, for example. Control F will take you down a full screen. Actually, I tend to never use this, but I put it there because I memorized it once. And yeah, this is how, for example, I search for something and then I search for the word, put the new word and put G for confirmation, right? And do GC to ask me for confirmation. So you prompt yourself, do you want to change this? No, yes, no, yes. So it becomes actually a good thing. Then advanced stuff. Advanced stuff are better because honestly, this is different from what you basically need to know. This is something like the norm mode. Stuff like Control W and how you can use it for splitting and closing with O. So for example here, if I just go like, hey, leader S, and then do, hey, horizontal split. So you see here the same file opened on the both, the same screen, basically the same file opened twice. So I can open a file down here, like the sign up file and the sign in file on top, right? And I can jump between them like that, just Control K, Control J, Control K, Control J. If I want to close this one, I will do leader SX and it will close. That's it. So you remember literally what you have in your mind, and that's it. You're still struggling with the commands? I think Plume Calm here said, Plume Calm, what's a good name actually, good ID. He said, I'm using NeoVim on my Termux. Is Termux and Tmux different things? I thought that people are actually misspelling it, but then I think it's a really plugin. I don't know. Anyhow, for some guy here, Saren asked about my Git. I will give you my Git, no problem. Just go to my link tree, or you can search me by name. And please make a follow. I will also share this in the chat, so you can guys find it. Ah, you're calm on TikTok? Nice, man. At least you came here. Please follow guys who are on Twitch. Actually, I will stop at some point on doing live stream on TikToks because I want TikTok just to become the video platform for me. But I'm attracting everybody from TikTok to Twitch. I want Twitch to become like around the 50 average viewers. When I reach that, I will actually close this and I will never stream on TikTok again. I would like Twitch and I will make Twitch better. Hey Lolowitz, hello. Do you know any free API hostings? I tend to not know any, but I know very ones. I know Hostinger, for example. Hostinger have a very cheap VMs. Oh my gosh, this is not the one that I wanted to show you, but I might just show you the website. They go. So the website can actually give you a website hosting for just $3. So I think that's cheap, right? Yeah, Hafiz, I actually want to add Twitch chat to the screen. Do you know what is the problem? I don't know how. Yeah, I did some plugin by default on YouTube. So YouTube is my main platform that streams to everything else. That's why it shows YouTube comments only in the background. Cool. Hey, Pro Evils, I see you. Really recommend you keep TikTok for streaming. It's the best way to bring new people over. Twitch discovery is very bad. Okay, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I will keep it as long as I am not having a very good average on Twitch. When I do get affiliated or not affiliated, what is next then affiliation? I think something there is another step. When I get that step, I will maybe focus on Twitch. And then if I make the fun part, if I make that step on Twitch, it will be that I probably have 100K on TikTok. Yeah. Right now we are at 16K on TikTok, which is like super much what I thought that I would reach. Right now alone, we gained like around 20 followers, just starting the live stream, right? So that's cool. Oh, pop-up. I think that will be wrong. I think there is another way Hafiz to do it via APIs and stuff like that. Let me check. Here you go. This is Twitch stuff. This is the preview for the chat. Let me do it. Let me find a way to do it. So here I need to put Streamlabs shit. Let me just go to Streamlabs to find something, okay? I will do it. Why not? All right. While you are waiting, I will just try to connect. By the way, my Streamlabs is is also on in French. So right now you will hear me reading stuff in French. Yeah. So my Streamlab dashboard. Come on, I don't want to join any. Continuer vers la version gratuite. Continuer. J'accepte. Then now I'm actually configuring this shit, and then I need to find out, like in the dashboard, tableau de bord in French, the URL that I can copy, or the widget chat box that I can copy to get. Yeah, I can change it to English. Here you go. That's better. Oh my gosh, my eyes. Oh, that's the one that I can copy. You are right, actually, but where is the V1? It's the V2 channel one, right? Can you guys comment something so I can see in this URL? So is that something? All right, let me see if I can. Okay, chat boxes. I found one, and then I can do Twitch chat, right? Okay, I don't see the URL part. Click to copy the widget URL. Okay. Maybe click it, copy, and now I'm gonna just do this. Oh my gosh, it's a very long widget. And this is same platform chatbox Twitch for some reason. I don't want to make a mistake here. But yeah, let me do it. Can you guys comment something? I saw your previous message. But right now, in OBS, create a new browser overlay, paste this URL in. New browser overlay, okay. But I thought that with Streamlabs, it's just like an API that you can copy, and I'm now there actually. So maybe, okay, here you go. I see, you see it now, right? You see your comments, right? Because I think I saw one. Okay, now it's working actually. Yes, nice, man. Nice. Now we have the comments on the right side, but there is a problem now. If I do this, you will see also your comments in there, right? I need, yeah, okay, I will just disable, when I saw the screen, I will disable that. Or I have an idea. When I share the screen, I will put this on top. So when I share the screen, the chat should be, okay, the chat is there, but it's a blank. Okay, app. I cannot do it correctly now. Okay, I'm trying to do it. 1 second, please give me a second. Chat was above app, and that's what was it. All right. What language is TypeScript, by the way? Can I build a large-scale app with JSX syntax? I mean, what JSX syntax has to do with this? You can for sure do that, right? I will refresh the chat, by the way, and then do chat again. I think there's a problem with the chat link. That's the problem. It's showing like something totally wrong. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So if I go here, for example, that's my thing, and now chat is here. And then if I put the app under, and then all good. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So now whenever I'm app, you won't see the chat just until I take the app away. Cool, guys. Nice. We did it. Then you see the chat on the screen, right? Cool. We did it. Nice. By the way, where did you get that chat, Twitch chat, Italian website or something like that? Twitch chat v2, and that's if you put an overlay, like a browser overlay on top of the screen, and you put that, it will actually appear. Nice. All right. Oh, okay. It's called GChat. Okay, JChat or GChat. What is the difference? JChat. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Now we have the chat. Nice. But yeah, I need also, I think, to configure it to be able to stay more for like more seconds, maybe. It doesn't show like a full history of the chat, I think. GJ. Okay, thanks. Awesome. Let me read some of your comments and then we'll just on TikTok and then we move forward. How to switch from JS to TS and how long does it take? Honestly, there is no switch if you think about it. It's just the fact that you just try to learn TypeScript via practicing it. That's what I wanted to say. And when you practice it, make sure that you practice it on a real project, because then you will have the errors from TypeScript. That's how I learned it, at least, and that's how it is for me. Yeah, that's it. So now actually I'm trying to also see about the widget part. I copied just a link from there, but I think I can actually edit it to become better. So I need to maybe make it a box clean, and it actually maybe the chat overlay will stay. Hide messages after. I will never hide messages, basically, right? Always show messages. That's what I'm gonna do now. Okay. And hide messages will not hide. Okay. Or I will make hide messages after. Okay, that's good. After 2 minutes, or let's say something like that. So then the screen will always be clean, right? Now I will save settings, and now the chat will be there forever. Cool. Now let me copy the widget again. Copy. Here you go. Save, and then your chat will be there for longer. Sorry that it pops up just for a second and then goes away, but that now will be better. Okay, cool. Now I see it working. Cool, guys. So for all the TikTokers that asking what he's doing, is actually that I'm talking to my Twitch chat. We have a Twitch account and we talking to them there. So if you want also to see the full screen and see your chats while you type your comments, you can go there. React or Next.js? I mean, now it's for me Next.js, because Next.js comes with SSR stuff and comes also with an API folder. Check out bolt.new. I did that actually, and it was amazing. Cool. I'll go watch the beginning of this project on YouTube. I'll come back later maybe. Do you think so that you need to stay here? I mean, we didn't actually do a lot. We didn't actually go like coded a lot in this project itself. All right. Nice. Cool. How do you handle user auth? Do you have a hook for provider? For user auth here, we have in the backend part of this, in our index.ts, we have this part where we actually set up the auth from BetterAuth. You see there? And BetterAuth actually takes care of everything. Yeah, I mean, this is what I started. Actually, this is the page where I started. The index.ts was the page that I started everything with. I started with the backend actually. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Above and Beyond. I actually didn't see you for long. Is this code still on the Studying Sound app? No. Above and Beyond, welcome back. I mean, now we are doing another project. It's an AI wrapper that always misleads the user whenever they write a chat message. So basically, you write something and it misleads you. Let's say 7 plus 3, it tells you it's 10, but in another place it's -1 or something like that. Cool. Guys, is it me, or whenever someone comments I hear like something, so probably I need to mute this part. How can I mute this? Mute. Let me check. Mute this. Yeah, that's fine. But I'll only just to mute this part, so it doesn't actually interfere a lot. I cannot, for some reason. It doesn't show me this part to just mute one panel. Interesting. Add group, call, set, remove, transform, hide, scale, blend, show, transition, filter, properties. Under the properties, there is nothing to say. Control audio via OPS. Yeah, why not? That will be good. Oh, now I found it. Here you go. Nice. Cool, guys. Awesome. No time for TikTok. It's fine, man. Oh, you had to move houses, so work was busy. Man, wish you all the best. Yeah, I know the feeling. I also tend to do the same soon. Yeah, soon I will do it. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, by the way, I landed the job. I landed the job that I actually got interviewed for. You know what I'm gonna ask you today is actually, you know, I'll share my screen very quickly to show you what I mean. So the guys on we're at, the company is called JobRad, right? And JobRad is a company that leases bicycles for companies. So they have B2B and B2C, right? Apps. The B2C app is straightforward. You can log to their platform and lease a bike for like 30 euros, let's say, a month. I can show you jobrad.org. This is the company. It's a really amazing company. The work culture is really cool. But you know what I like about them is the office, man. The office is like, it's called JobRad Campus. It's full campus, right? And how can I find a video about that? Let me find a video. I'll show you the video. And this is the video about it. Okay, how can I do? This is the campus. This is the logo on outside. This is how it is inside. Literally super much cool. These are the people basically, but this is what I liked. Like all the rooms are really, I felt like I've been to Amazon offices, Google offices, all the offices, but this one, man, like you can not rent, but you're in an office, but you can order a room for a day and the room literally will be like your own office. Like there is no other people in it, but I'm not talking about these cubicles. I'm talking about a room fully, And the only thing that I thought when I saw this room is that I can stream there, right? I can go even though that I am late at work. Maybe I can just like do the sound isolation part, and you can isolate the sound and do all of that, and you can stream. The rooms are not these small ones, but believe me, I can maybe if they show it. Oh, one more thing. There's 3 restaurants inside this campus. And for example, let's say if you come from outside to one of the restaurants, you will pay 18 euros for a pizza. But if you are in Jobrad as a person who works there, you get the pizza for 6 euros. 6 euros? Like, that's like Germany 2003. Like, that's when the pizza was 6 euros. But I am not, like, I'm excited about the food maybe, but it's not really a big thing. But I like that, right? So this is the equipment. Oh, yeah, the rooms that I'm talking about are actually somewhere nearby here, yeah. You all can get a 6 euros pizza. If you come to Germany, I'll take you there and you can get the pizza. All right, so I want to just, yeah, this is another one. So they host, you know how Pro Evils, you can come here and you can feel also free. They host hackathons for the whole city. So by the way, Jobrad is not in Munich, it's in Freiburg, and Freiburg is near France, right? So they host like hackathon between Basel from Switzerland, Colmar from France, I think, and some other cities. Like people can move in, like can go to the same like building, which is Freiburg in Freiburg. This is in Germany, by the way. And I, as a person who's a developer there, I can give an idea of a hackathon and can use this space to do that, right? And this, now this is the restaurant, one of the restaurants that I talk about. So imagine this is the other side where you eat, but the where they are filming is where the restaurant is behind, basically, where people get the pizza and they're moved there. And this is north. This is north, campus north, and really amazing. This is here you go. That's the like this is the now they are looking the other side. So this is where you can get the pizza. I think from that literally you look straight there. Yeah, look at this, very modern, very cool. And this is another part of it that is really nice. So these are the showers on the right side, where because they are leasing bikes and they want to actually lease you the bike, they want you also to come with the bike as a kind of marketing, maybe, I don't know, maybe, or maybe it's just they lease their employees also bikes. So the first thing that you might think about there is to shower, right? Whenever you come with a bike. I live in Munich, by the way, and this is Germany. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is cool. And this is the part where like the showers on the left, the printer, I don't know why they're showing printer, by the way. So let's show me more. This is another restaurant. Like, this is cool, man. Like, this is another coffee shop. You see here on the glass over here, that's the street, basically, right? And people from the street can come in, but I, as an employee, can come from the other door, which is where they are filming right now, from this like part where they are filming. And you see this here printer, like this papers here. I don't know if you see my mouse or not. Yeah, you see my mouse. This part here, I try to move my mouse quickly. That's where you see the different prices, and that's where you scan. Like you're to get the best price for that. Let me just take off this, and that's this is the part where the scanner is here actually. Yeah, and look at this. This is cool, like very modern. And this is the room. Yeah, this is the room. Look at this. So this is kind of like the room that you can basically have it for yourself the whole day, basically. And it's like equipped with everything like you need, and you can just close the door and you move forward. And this is cubicles. These are normal. You can find them in every room, in every company, sorry. And these are the showers, as I told you, like, and stuff. These are actually where you put your working PC and stuff. And this is also the other cubicles for cubes for like another restaurant, by the way. Another restaurant. This is the other edge. 3 restaurants like in north, but I think I didn't see the campus south. That's the funny part, is that I didn't see the other part of the campus. What we're looking at, this is, I said that I landed the job, so I'm showing them where I will be working. So this is cool. That's cool. Yeah, it is. So damn, bro, that's too far from me. I'm in Holland. Well, maybe someday you can come in, right? But everybody can get cheap pizza. That's, I can guarantee. And also they have like breakfast and stuff like that. But honestly, for me, that didn't excite me as much as I saw like very much young faces in the company. And that's what I was like, okay, this company is really nice. But the fun part about this company is actually it's fairly new, but it's number one to list bikes in Germany, which is epic. Like number one in just 2 years or something. Bro is promoting earnings or his job. I mean, it's not really that case. It's just that I'm excited and that's it. I mean, everybody will be excited too. And for me, actually, to find a video that talks about that or shows that, that was really cool. So now let's talk about the description of the job. So I will be working on the B2B side. So I will be working on actually building websites for clients that are businesses, basically. That makes no sense because clients are usually we say client for the B2C, which is normal person or whatever. But now businesses like any company actually that want to work with them and they want to expand on this and they want to merge their legacy code or upgrade their legacy code to something new, like yeah, they mentioned state they don't have a good state managers. They use Redux with still sagas and stuff like that. They have a lot of bad CSS. And you know what I want to ask here, maybe if Pro Evils is still in the chat, they mentioned something about their own system design, right? And I was like, okay, what do you mean? They want to build their whole UI system, right? And I was like, why? In my head, I didn't ask. Yeah. Um, and at that time, I was like, hey, how can I approach actually as I am actually getting hired by this company and they are going to pay well? I cannot enclose actually how much I earn because they made me sign something, but they also know they found me actually on Twitch or somewhere, so probably somewhere maybe, and some of them is watching. But I can tell you on Discord if you just message me or whatever. And I feel excited about it, but also I feel stressed a bit because they want to build everything from scratch, and that's not something that I want to do. But maybe this is gonna be my new thing, like my thing where I will shine and build like a whole application on my own or something like that, right? Cool, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. By the way, when I share my screen, you won't see your chat, only when yeah, as you see now, your chat is there. Cool. So what do you think, guys, about this system design part? How can I approach this? What should I do? What should I suggest? Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, it's kind of like buggy for me in my head. I'm not even sure what to say. Yeah. I'm back in the main page of my streaming platform, done, and now working on the account. Well, that's nice. After already 20 hours of coding. Wow. I live in the Netherlands. I hear in Germany are many SD jobs. What do you mean by SD, by the way? Sorry, yeah, like software developer. Yeah, there is a lot of software development jobs, but now it's coming back to normal again. We were in a very bad decrease lately, right? Cool. So above and beyond said, I will be telling my wife, sorry, another late night at working. Yeah, it is. It is also something that I might use as well. Sounds exciting, man. Can't be nervous and excited at the same time. Yeah. Same for me, honestly. I don't wanna gonna spoil this, but I'm also I don't want to think about it too much, but I'm a bit nervous as well about what they will give me as a task or something like that. I didn't tend to speak about that. I was like excited. Yeah, they passed me through the whole process in 2 weeks. It was like boom, 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 boom. But after all, I don't know what will happen. Okay, so some guy here actually said a good one. He said my own company had their own UI, but it was built on top of a storybook. What does that mean? Sorry, what is a storybook CSS or something like that? A storybook React? I don't know. Storybook for React or Storybook runs alongside your app in development mode. It helps you build UI and isolate it from the business logic and context of your app. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. What are we building today? We are continuing with what we built yesterday. Alright, enough talking. Let's go and finish up this. I wanna actually do something cool, which is to work on the part of the login logout with pop-ups. So what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna take them off from my screen here, from my index page. I'm gonna comment them out, right? And that's, yeah, so I'll comment them from here. Okay, you know what? I'll leave them here, or I can comment them so they broke. It's fine. They break anyhow. And then here, oh no, that's the problem with JSX. All right, I will delete this. Then what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna check my auth client. If I have like a use session, I have a use session, right? What does use session return from create auth client? Let me check. Better auth, React use session. I'm gonna read about this a bit. Maybe you can actually read with me about it, so we can actually check it out. Let me know if you want your chat on Twitch to be on top like that, even on the side like that. If it doesn't bother you guys, I will keep it, okay? All right. So use session. I'll just actually do Control F. All right, use session. So use session returns data session is pending error and refetch. So it returns a loading state. Is it async? Wait a second. It returns data of that session, but also it returns is pending, so it waits for, okay. Needs some times to do that, okay. Makes sense. Yeah, it gets something from the backend though. And then get session, data session. So what's the difference here? So here, what it's saying, it says that BetterAuth provides, hey, we have another first timer in the chat. I'm using NeoVim, by the way. Adrian London, he said, sorry, which IDE you use? Visual Code? No, not Visual Code. It's NeoVim with some plugins, right? Lazy NVim plugins. Okay, BetterAuth provides a use session hook to easy access sessions data on the client side. The hook is implemented using NanoStore, and has support for each framework and vanilla client. Ensure that any changes of the session, such as signing out, and immediately reflected in the UI. Okay, so if it has its own state, maybe that that follows up if you maybe lose your session, it just refreshes and returns, hey, you're logged out. So data should be true or false, right? Or it could be an object. Session, you can also use it with client-side data fetching libraries like Tanstack Query, alright. Await auth API get session. So this is something else. Server-side get session. If you prefer not to use the hook, you can use the get session method provided by client. I think I like this better. Very to the point, right? Yeah, data is an object with two sub-objects, the session and user object. Okay, so the session inside of it, this one. Okay, so it has session and you said user content or user object, right? Does it actually return in the session true or false? Yeah, why am I asking? If session, then go on. If null, null, okay, null at least better, right? Okay. Actually, null is also falsy, so why not? Okay, let's use it. Do you think we should use the get session part? Maybe we actually experiment this one. Did you use it, Proivals? Let's use this one. Let's do from the auth client without using the hook directly. So BetterAuth provides a use session hook to easily cross. Okay, maybe actually to get the no. I'll use the use session so I can actually get the name of the user. I would like to get the name also. Cool. Use session, and that returns data for refetch. So I will just do all of this. Okay, let me take off then my screen from your face and do that. You use Django? I never use Django, and this is Vim, by the way. Yeah. So in the app.tsx, I'm going actually on top a bit here. In just below this is error. I'm gonna just do this equal use session, and this use session variable I'll import from my use client. Hopefully it works directly like that. It says session is declared for some reason. Session. What? Not really. Okay. And where is it declared? Session is declared, but this value is not. Okay, so that's fine. This pending is declared, but okay, these are normal. But this error thingy can't read declare block scoped error and can't do the refetch. You know what? why should I use them in the first place? Let me just actually do this. That's what I'm gonna do. So I will get session and see what I can get in there. So I'm actually gonna be doing this as a button. So I'm gonna create a button just for session here, and this button is gonna just serve me for, you know what, I'm gonna do a header maybe for the application. I have no idea. Login maybe on the top, yeah, maybe in the top header for the application. So basically we have a header part, but for the business logic now, just let's put it anywhere we want. Okay, there you go. Where is my end operator? I will lose it with this. So this is gonna be a button. Okay, my snippet is not working. Nice, so I need to create it myself, or maybe you can just do it like this. Okay, my LSP, man, it broke a million times while on stream. Button, and then therefore yeah, I need also to close this up here with a bracket, and therefore it will be fine. And then I will go here and say, for example, sign in or sign out, right? Sign out, just to see that it is there. Yeah, so sign out is there, and if there's a session, let's do it like the itinerary or whatever. Other than that, it's actually, it's gonna be another button, which is just a copy of the other one. So maybe I just need to enter visual mode for this and copy the whole thing, and we'll do it just there for fun. So, and this is gonna be sign in, right? Or actually we can even hide it, but yeah. So also one more thing about this, there's like this sending button or is loading, right? So the thing is about that button, I want to disable it whenever is loading is there. So is loading is disabled plus, or you on Twitch cannot see this, I think I need to z-top it, or session is banged basically, right? So if there is no session, that's disabled, and that's the approach I think that Pro Evils did also. For difference between use session and get, okay, I'll read that part. Yeah, just to make sure to check the false state and not if then defined, because I did that in the past and these simple things got me crazy. All right, I mean, what do you mean for the undefined part? Captain Riddler said go to Twitch, it's better. That's correct actually. Thanks mate, thanks for doing that. I was actually pin your comment. And anybody who's actually asking, this is not Python, this is TypeScript, React, everything around React. Cool. Then let's move on, right? So the difference between these two, there's like an FIQ link here that states that, I think. FIQ, add and custom, difference between get session and get, this is a good one that we can read actually. App. So difference between get session and use session. Both use session and get session instances are used in fundamentally different based on the situation. Use session is a hook, meaning it can trigger re-renders whenever session data changes. Oh, that's what we need. Use session, so it triggers and it disables and enables and stuff like that. If you have UI, you need to change based on user or session data. You can use this hook. That's 100%. Get session returns a promise containing data and error. Probably get session, we will use it with Tanstack query, right? It will be better to use it with Tanstack query actually, because you can pass it as a query basically function, and then therefore you will await for it to return something. For all this situation where you shouldn't use session is when you should use get session. For all other situation where you shouldn't use, so for all other situation where probably you don't want to re-render the page, you use get session. That's what I got. And here they're sharing some common TypeScript errors, which is another topic, right? Cool, my friends, let's go. It's more so. What do you mean it's more so? It's more than re-renders, that you mean. If you don't want to re-render, then you can call auth outside of the React component, since hooks only work with perfect. Yeah, you know what about SSR components? Maybe you need to use get session when you are in a server side component, right? On Next.js probably, or something like that. Yeah, that will be epic. Yeah. Disabled is a prop. Yeah, disable is not a prop. It's not that the button is actually a React component that we create. It's not a customizable component. It's just like the HTML, element button, and disable is actually its own attribute that disables the button on demand, basically on a condition, right? Do you freelance? Yeah, I do, but not big projects, honestly. I just freelance small stuff. If I can help, maybe like design Figma to CSS or something like that, React project that I feel confident doing, stuff like that. Yeah, that I will do 100%. Cool. Yeah, then we can move forward. I want to actually maybe style this, but I feel like styling is not now. It's not for now. And also we broke something here. For some reason it broke. Yeah, let me just check the application to show you what exactly we have right now. So right now I can share my screen again. App and app here. So the application is back. So if I do put something, it's just that, and now it's not disabled, by the way, or is it disabled? Oh, you know what? Let me work on a disabled CSS as well. Actually, I have one called disabled opacity 50, but it's not working for some reason. Maybe because the session is not returning anything. Let me check that out. I will console log the session just for the sake of it, or maybe why I'm doing that like that. I'll just go here and console log session, console.log. This is your session data, and I'll do session basically, right? So now I want to see something. Maybe I can see something, right? Yeah, here you go. So you have session expires at something. Wait a second, do I have a session? Where, when, what? Did I log in? Yeah, correct, I logged in actually. You know what? I'll do something funny though. I'll just go and put the sign out function here as well. So on the button, where is the sign out part? Sign out. Yes, sign. Here you go. Line 48. Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm using Vim. It's not line 48. It's 48 from the top. Okay, so sign out here. I'll just add an onClick function. And this onClick function, which just basically take that anonymous function. By the way, I have it in NeoVim called ANFN. So this is kind of what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm gonna also do something cool here, which is to call the sign out function directly. Sign out variable from libauth, right? And then that should be imported on top for some reason. I think so. Yeah, sign out the end session. Let me clear my selection and then go down, Control D again, and test that out. Maybe it actually loses my session, right? There you go. I will click this, and it loses. Yeah, your session is null. Happy coding, guys. Thanks, gotta run, he said. Illusion. Man, welcome anytime. So yeah, makes sense now that we just work on the sign in button to pop up something, right? And that when you guys gonna help me, what should be we using right now for the pop-up part? Should we just do a Tailwind CSS only, or is there any hook we can use for this? Or maybe we can do like one state show and end show something, and it will end show and hide something, and it will just show us a pop-up that we create from zero, right? I don't want to work on absolutes whatever on Tailwind, but we are going that way, I think. Every time I join your live, you're doing something auth related. Do you do anything but code and logins? Torrent Lifts, I think you joined our live stream. This is the second time, and it makes sense that we are actually doing the client side of this. So we finished the backend side of the Better Auth, and now we are doing the front end side and the auth client basically. But yeah, good point. The purpose is actually just to create this AI wrapper at the end where you can log in, log out, and also prompt the AI for some stuff. How can I learn JavaScript the easiest way? I think by building project. Man, I cannot give you any other way. What I'm doing right now, copy paste and debug basically, and that's how I learn. Oh, he said, I just want to see your code in animated fight scene with anime.js. I don't think that I can do that. Hey Rev, I see your code. I comment on Twitch. By the way, your comment now is on the screen. You look there, right? Cool. All right, let's go. Let's move on. I will actually use I will actually use Tailwind directly. I don't care. Maybe there is a way to actually make this appear and disappear based on demand. So let's go sign in part here. That part we need to change it to become actually a model. What do you think, guys? Should we do it? It will take me for ages, by the way, but I will try. Yeah. So now, first of all, if this becomes absolute or fixed, absolute I think is the right word for it, and then we just go make it relative to the other one, and then we choose like half screen, right? Let me just Google if there is actually another better way to do it. And yeah, I think we need to also add some props to this, right? You know what? I said I cannot use fixed, but I think it should be fixed to the parent part. All right, let me try. Okay, so first of all, let's go up. Let's go to here. Let's pass some props. So first prop is open, maybe, right? What else should we do? On close, what should happen, maybe? And the handle submit, I think we don't need the handle submit part, right? Let's do on close and on close even. Fuck it. Let's do just only is open. And I'll make it fun enough just to come here. If is open. If is open is bangable basically. Is falsy, then return null. Right? That makes sense. And then let me think. Yeah, so interesting. We need to add a button here basically for this to close, right? Okay, then let me just do an enclosed one here. So basically I will pass another one to make sure that this is closed, or unclosed would be like true or false. Basically it can be a button on top of all of this, or maybe here. What should we do? Maybe we can make it just on top of this. A button snippet that just says close, or an X or something like that. It can be just a big X, and we can give this a class name of wherever. Also this should be absolute, right? And the parent should be relative for it, and that's how we do it. That's basically the approach for it. All right, so we can do 12 pixels right, and we can do it on the right, right? Okay. And what else? I'm not sure what should I do here, but I think I'm thinking about what are the things that makes a good model. I think the X button on top and the model to be in the center of the screen. All right, let's do for this text black, so it just appears like very good. And if you hover over it, let's make a text white, or text gray, maybe 700. That will be it. Yeah, or maybe this can be jumped to text gray also, 500. And now I can make this model. I can call this model on the top parent, and it will be just in the middle of the screen. All right, cool. Yeah, why not? And then I will just actually get rid of some of the stuff that I added there. The thing is that I don't know if I actually make it smaller, maybe this one will not be text to Excel or something like that. And also maybe this should be fixed by default, fixed from the parent part of it. And then we can, what is it called? Inset or something like that. Let me check it. Inset Tailwind. I'm actually searching, maybe you can see what I'm doing. So here I'm trying to find out a way to do this with Tailwind CSS models. Yeah, I think, yeah, this looks like a good one. Why not to copy this actually? But yeah, maybe if I just rewrite it, it will stick into my head. Alright, let me just go back to what I wrote. Inset, yeah, the inset is what I wanted to do. So the calculation of spacing plus multiplied by number, that will be, yeah, we want it to be 0 for now. So basically it's easy for us. So yeah, it might be there. Top left, we did top. We will do, you know what, let's do the inset 0 and then pick flex and then center the whole thing. Yeah, that will be that will be the best part. All right, then I have an idea. Then instead of actually doing it like that with the min part, I can just call the inset that I just said now, inset of 0. And by the way, if I click K here, it will tell me that calculated the spacing multiplied by 0, so it will be 0 rem. That's nice. And then Z50, I think, for Z index. Do anybody of you know what is the Z index? If you don't know it, let me know and I'll try to explain it. I'm building a model, by the way, now, and it seems like the hardest part of all of this. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this W full. I don't need it to be full. Or maybe I need it to be full. It's the full of the fixed width there. And what else should we do here? Maybe just we can do BG white and the whole thing will be having a background of white. Oh, I used one already. Okay. Okay, you know what? I will change that to something else later on. Okay. Cool. That seems it. I mean, I don't see that we can do anything else to it. It's just that we need to click is model open or is model closed on the parent app, right? And make the parent app actually accepts that model, right? Cool. And we passed like the onClose function, right? And the onClose function basically will just accept that. Okay, you know what? We need an onClose function for all of this. Yeah, we need an action function for all of this. Yeah, so this one, on click of that one, probably on click of that one, we just need to do the opposite of on close, or actually flip on close, or maybe on click equal to on close, wherever it comes from the top, right? And then on the top we will just do a setter basically. Cool, this seems it. I don't want to actually complicate it. If something goes wrong, then we will go step by step and finish it together. Okay, cool. So if the sign in button is clicked, then we set the model to true. All right, cool. Let's go back. If the sign, where do you sign in? Here you go. Okay, you know what? Let me just go on top, up. By the way, if you're hearing my son screaming, it's just something that I got used to. He's just eating. It's time for him to eat. He's with his mom. All right, so here we will do model state, basically, or maybe something else. what should we call this? Is model open, and then set is model open, and then it will be by default false, right? Then go down, down, down. All right, I have an idea. I will go up a bit, down a bit again, and then here I will just pass that on click function, and this is gonna be an anonymous function, and this anonymous function will take the set is model to sign in, right? Cool. And then yeah, that's it, right? The model needs to be here. Yeah, the model needs to be called, but now I need to call it maybe sign in model. Okay, I'll call it sign in model. Hopefully that will work. GG on top. Where is it? Sign in model. Yeah, sign in model. You can call it wherever, but the file also is called sign in, so now it's just just a mess. I will actually go back in here and maybe rename this to sign in model, just to be on the correct with all my namings and everything, right? So hopefully now if we just come here and say, hey, we want to call our sign in model, and we call it like that, it should open. But now you see it has actually asking us for its is open, right? And then is open is gonna be exactly the state for is open model, is model open. And on close is gonna take literally an anonymous function that does the same there, but instead of the second here, it will just take set is model to false, set is model open to false. And now we have it like that. I know that it's too many itinerary like that, but guys, if you have any other idea to do this, let me know. Why spread in the register email? I actually read it from the docs that it's like that for React Hook forms, and I just used it like that. Honestly, I didn't even ask any questions. It registers the input correctly and it gets its state and everything is fine, and I have no questions. It works. That's it. Object.email. That's probably you're talking about the errors, right? I don't know about that part, but overall, that's what I also found out about how to use Zod Resolver with its errors part there for the validation. So you end up having a schema that you take all your valid validation rules from it, and then that object of errors will actually return to you wherever you're not aligned with your validation rules. That's it. I mean, sometimes, you know, if you ask me, sometimes I read stuff, I take them as they are. If they work, I don't question them until maybe something happen, and then I start looking forward to actually read the docs more in depth. I think this is a bad behavior, I know, but that's what I do, at least. Or maybe everybody's doing that. I have no idea. Cool. So now we can go to application. It actually looks good, but still bad. Let me show you. Oh my gosh, this is stupid, but I like it actually. So here you go. Do you see the app? Everybody seeing the app, please confirm, because I actually changed some of my configs here. Okay, yeah, I think you see it. Yeah, I see it on my stream as well. Cool. So if I click sign in, boom, the whole screen just flickers, and this all becomes like that. Maybe I need to check something. This background of, oh, okay, let me zoom out. The CLS part of background white, I need to take it off. So this is the fixed part. This is the fixed part, and then there is this part here with BG white. If I take BG white, okay, this changed only that. Here I have BG gray 100. Okay, this is better, but I only don't like this X being on top there. I probably want the X to be next to the sign-in part. All right, cool. I will take that BG gray first. That's nice. I mean, we did it. Okay, so where is the BG gray part? Here you go. Find B, and here you go. This one B word, delete. And I think this button position is wrong. for some reason it takes the full. I wanted actually to start on this BZUI. So why it's actually, oh, I have an idea. So this fixed bar, the fixed and inset and Z there will take it here, right? And then if I just run this again, oh, it is working, but it is still bad. I will actually probably get rid of all of this and just put it here. Actually take the V width there, or maybe leave it and put whatever I actually deleted from here, V inside that, delete and go here and paste it. That sounds like a good solution, but I'm not only sure about that width of, okay, it's not working. Okay, this should be there then. Let me take off the width full. You go here. What am I doing to make that fixed? Yeah, bad. Inset, bad. Yeah, so what it looks like now, it looks a bit stretched for some reason. So I wanted actually to go down, but it's not working well. Okay. Oh, okay, wait a second. So what was there is that it was, right, I will delete this word. Delete word, delete word, delete word, delete word, and see what happens now. The X is still on top. If I just take the fixed only and put it here, fixed. Oh yeah, that's the problem now. So the fixed needs to be on top. The flex needs to be there as well. And what I'm struggling with is just why the X is on top there, why it's not taking the fixed of this. Interesting. So let me check. I see, guys, that you are writing some comments. I'll read them in a second. Do you use Django? As I said, I don't use it. I tried it, yeah, for sure, but I'm not using it professionally. What I use professionally is React, actually. Is this for your master thesis? No, this is just for fun. Yeah. Mind you, how the form work hooks the resistor function returns the input element. That's true. Like unchanged value on Blur. Yeah, it takes also the fun part from that, where it actually focuses and on Blur functions works in tandem based on the function that you pass on a submit. So basically the submit function is aware of all your input, controllable inputs basically. If you do any movement there inside, if let's say you focus inside the input and you go outside, there's a mode attribute that you can pass to React hook form that says, hey, I want mode on Blur or on focus of any of my inputs. It will do this action, or it will check validation, or it will do something basically. And it works, believe me, it works very well. Yeah. All right, let me figure out this part, why this button is going there. Oh, maybe because absolute part here, absolute. Oh, okay, maybe then instead of width full, maybe here we need to pass the relative part, right? Okay, then doesn't work. Or maybe here we need to pass the fixed part. Let me check. Yeah, so the fixed actually needs to be passed also here, but for this fixed, if I just take it off, it just jumped on top. Interesting. So double fixed for some reason. I have no problem doing that actually, so yeah, let's check why. So if we just pass the fixed here, and let's see why is that, because also this one is maybe W full, and this one contains all of this, so the sign up model is following whatever is here. Interesting. So if I actually take off this part from here, let me just delete all of this, just paste it here, see what will happen. Refresh this, let me save as well, refresh this. Yeah, it just goes like that. Okay, no problem. If I just take the fix part from here and I save, it just jumps on top. Let me zoom out. Okay, it's actually not on top, it's just it needs to just get the correct height. Okay, cool, I got it. Let me write that fixed again to just make it in the center, and that's totally fine. Yeah, cool. Let's move from that. Add position relative. Yeah, I think you are mentioning this relative here, but I'm thinking actually if I just get rid of that div, let me just try this out. It still works, right? Yeah, it still works. Yeah, it's just that div was really weird. An extra div we had, that's why we need to use the fix twice. Cool. Makes sense. Now it's in the middle of the screen, and maybe the color of it is bad, but I like a shiny like that, white. And yeah, Violet4 said what you're making this time. We are making this AI chatter, and now we are working on this model, right? And also we have a session now, so if we test something, let me try. We cannot because we are not logged in, so we need to log in first. I think I have I have an account. Right now we need also to disable this. Let me see actually if my console returned anything. It says no, there is no. Actually, let me see, what is this? Sign in email is wrong, right? Network tab is wrong, so it says invalid email or password. Let me sign up. Okay, when I do sign up also I need to work on the sign up model to open up, right? So that's multiple things to kick in, right? But yeah, at least I did this one and I'm really proud of it. So let's do it the same for the sign up model. Sign up model, sorry. Yeah, so all of this like that, and we delete one of the divs. Here you go. And then let me take off my screen so you can follow. Sorry, I need sometimes to take off my screen because TikTok stream won't see anything. Cool. Now we follow up with working on the sign up model. And sign up model actually will just take the same shit. It's just an on close and on is open function, right? Is open and on close, and that is it. So yeah, 1 second, there's something wrong. Is open also the sign in model, so let me go there. Where is open? Is open is just used for the return null part. Okay. Cool. Let's do it here. Is open there. This is the boring part where I hate about my job. It's just very boring. Sign up model, and then I will rename this sign up model as well. Open, save this, go to my app.tsx, and instead of this, interesting, I'll just do sign up model, and it will take also. Now we are falling into a problem. Okay, is model open, is sign in model open, and is sign up model open. So two models that are open now. Is sign up model open? Yeah, is sign in model open, and set is sign in model open. Where basically we can change the model content, right, to render something or the other. That's interesting, actually. I will try it. You know what? I'll try it. We can make a model content, model wrapper content. Like we can just come here and do like, hey, this is a reusable one. Model wrapper, model content or model wrapper. .tsx. This model will be our layout for the whole thing. Oops, yeah, this is it. And the model, what it will accept always is this is open or is closed. Is closed or on close, right? Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is return this or that based on the session, right? So we say const data session and user, I think, from use session, and this use session comes from the auth client basically. By the way, I'm not sure if that's the correct one for it, so I need to check it out again. Counter up, 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 up. Then here we go, is pending, by the way. Is pending. Is pending. Yeah, so if it's pending, return loading. That's 100%. So here we go. If pending, or you know what? Yeah, it should be. If it's pending, then return just the div basically for now, or something like that, saying loading. Alright, dot dot dot. By the way, guys, stop me if I'm doing something wrong. Honestly, I sometimes tend to just go with my thoughts and never stop. If session though, then return, and what we return here is just literally GSX for whatever wraps the models, right? Whatever wraps the models here. So sorry for this. This is an activity part from TikTok. You need to hear it all the time. Name of the IDE. This is NeoVim IDE, and I use it for 4 months. So I'm not really professional with it, but I am learning. So it contains this button wrapper, right? Here you go, and then here you go, here post, and what you need to do here just to close this div, right? And now this model wrapper will also accept children basically, and guess what is children though? Oh, I need the props for this. All right, type model wrapper props, equal to is open is a boolean. Now the fun part, onClose. onClose is just a function that returns, what is a set function, set state action. I don't know, honestly. This is something that I always tend to forget, but children will be React React node, yeah, React.React node. That's it. Yeah. And children will be just exactly after the button, so wherever here you accept children, right? Children has an implicitly any. Here you can do two things. Either you can do FC and then you pass here what you want as React FC, by the way, React.fc, and you pass there the props basically, and that's what I tend now to do, usually to do at work basically. But a declarable value is never there. Is open. Wait a second. Is open comes from outside, right? Oh wait, I forgot what to do here. What it was like there is open, just to open this, right? So sign a model is open, return null. Okay, is not open, return null. Okay. Okay, so the children, oops, the whole thing, if session, then session has nothing to do with this. For now is open, return that. Yeah, and yeah, it just is open, right? Yeah, that's it. The session will be outside, so this pending part here, we can just get rid of it. We really don't need it, right? And I will tell you why, because we can use it on the top. So if there is a session, please pop up this with this children, otherwise pop up other stuff. So if is open is negative, bow is falsy, then return nothing, basically return not. Otherwise return that. What is happening here? Return, there is it. Yeah, and this one saying is open is a on close bar, and this session is not happy. Yeah, I think there is a problem here with my if. No, my if is cool. Let me just check this one. Yeah, I think my linters are stupidly not working now. Let me check. This is here. This is here. As a close for the div. Return is there. What is not working? Maybe here, like we have no more space. It's saying nothing regarding. What completion plugin are you using in Vim? I'm not using any completion plugin, by the way. Hash map the multiple if statements for readability. What do you mean that? Do you use Dockerize on your stack? Actually, I'm not using Docker in this, but probably later if we deploy it, I will use Docker. Yeah, maybe it would be a good actually thing for me to use Docker, right? Let me just get rid of this to see. Yeah, so it was that function for some reason. All right, so on close should be what is the type? What is the type of this of a set state? Yeah. I think I need to find that. It's just like a void function that returns something. I'm not sure. It says void. Oh man, I think that is wrong. Yeah, but we can do that. Whatever, we can do it like this. Yeah. For now, I'm returning void for you guys. Cool. So this is what I was thinking, that the model would be actually encapsulating, and then and then we don't need to use that here. In the sign-up model, we can just delete this part. Yeah, and use it like that exactly. And here as well, you can use it like that. Or is there a problem? Fixed. And then that div. Oh, the form is not closing up. Oh, okay. So JS expression problem here is just that we need to wrap up all of this, surround all of this by a tag, and this tag can be just an empty tag basically. Yeah, cool. That will be accepted for some reason. And then this is open and is open and is closed. I'm gonna just delete them, and I'll just be around that and delete. Or now it's cleaner. It just does one single responsibility thingy, and then the sign up bundle as well. And then here I'll delete this one, I'll delete this one, I will delete all of this here as well, and here, and then yeah, keep this wrapped up. Here you go. This is surrounded by a tag, what we call like an empty tag or a React fragment. Fragments basically are empty tags that encapsulates everything. So you always need to return one tag for this JS export. Okay, I mean, now I can play on this. So now I can say, hey, let's say is my model is open, it's always false, right? And I say, hey, if I always call here sign up model, I would call it the wrapper model, right? So this is the model wrapper. And by the way, the model wrapper accepts children, right? So that's the fun part now that we're gonna do. So based on session, and if session, or if session is there, or if session is there and is open, then it depends here. Actually, 1 second, let me think. If session is there, then it returns. Okay, as simple as this. If session is there, it returns a sign in model, a sign up model, or sign in model. Yeah. Otherwise, just yeah. The fun part here about the model is you need also to know that if there is in account in general, but when should it return exit is a sign up? The sign up should be returned only if something is clicked inside that model. Okay, then it always will return the sign in model. Let me try it now. This should be tag, by the way. Yeah, here you go, like that, this. And it says, yeah, the onClose is not there, or children is missing. But what is that? Oh yeah, for sure. This is the problem now. And this one here, he's accepting this one. Am I actually wrong about this? The model wrapper shouldn't be closing. Yeah, now it's correct. Okay, so let me try it. Okay, now it works, but now it returns only the sign-in model. About the sign out now, if you click that and you can close it, if you have a session, then that will be sign out. And if you want to sign up, thanks man, if you want to sign up, it's just inside that model of sign in model. If you click sign up, then that model should fire up, right? Interesting, actually, the logic for this. I think I made it even complicated with creating that one outside, but yeah, I'm thinking about how can I do this now inside the same model. If you click this, it will just render the other part. Interesting. Yeah. And also, if you sign up, it needs to return you to sign in, basically. You know what? Actually, I don't need to, because sign up also needs to be something, a part of a small router to that model, kinda here. So I can call this like type of children here can change based on the content of the model. So if someone clicks sign up please, or click on sign up here, this should, the whole model here in the children should refresh and return into something else. All right, actually I might put something like const, this is a state, basically use state, use state snippet, and this will be like like trigger sign up or something like that. Launch or sign up trigger. Okay, trigger sign up actually is not a bad word. Sign up, set trigger sign up, and then that will be just true or false, basically. Right now I'm actually trying to think of it, but interesting. I was actually thinking that this trigger sign up will launch it, but I made a mistake here with copying this twice. Let me just what is happening? The use state is not working. Ah, okay. What is happening is that my Vim setup wants me to use a snippet. Yeah, it's broken. Yeah. What? What is happening? Yeah, it's just broken here. Can you share the list of plugins you use on VMRC? I have them actually on my .files, but you can search them up. You can search them up on my GitHub. You will find them all. It's lazy nvim with a bit of cheat basically on Lua. You can configure them. It's gonna be easy for you to configure and do whatever you want there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What are you working on Sunday night? I actually just updating the application that we did. And here actually I see a get session is being triggered, but I need actually to know which one to do here, like as children. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. We might actually want that. Let me try it. Okay, let me try it first. What is happening? Why this is fully destructured down below every time I try to do something? Let me try to see why. Let me delete this. Yeah, now it works. Oh my gosh, like this is false. And now this is bad actually because yeah. You know what? It needs to be outside of here. In the app.tsx we need to do that. Interesting. Yeah. Sign in or sign out. Okay. Yeah. Here on click of this, it shouldn't be an href. Basically, I can change it to change surrounded tag to button. And this button will just not do anything but change the change that trigger thingy. Yeah, on click. It will be an anonymous function, and that anonymous function will trigger or set trigger sign up to true. Right? And if that's true, then it will render the if trigger sign up is true, then return sign up model. And this one for sure it needs to be like sign up model. Right, and same thing for the other one. Why your state is not there? All right, import useState from React. Cool. And the same thing is gonna be for the sign-in model. Honestly, that's it. This if the sign-in model have that. Oh, wait a second. This is sign-in model, and that's trigger and sign up. So then the same for sign-up model. This will be trigger sign-in, right? And it's just a stupid thing to do, but I think at least we switch between them without a router, right? That would be it. Yeah. And the use state needs to be on top. The same what we did here. Yeah. And then this one will just return that here. Return basically if trigger sign in right? Yeah. Then return sign in model, right? Let's test this out. Maybe it works for us. Streamer for 23 hours. What? No, Oscar, I'm not a streamer for 23 hours. I actually have a problem now with email being... I think my application is broken. Let me just check. Oh, use state is not defined on the model wrapper? Are you sure? Use state here maybe. Use state is there and also here. Ah, yeah, for sure. The sign-in model is not there. No. Here import sign-in model from set trigger valid but never read. We don't really need that, only here. Yeah, you're right here. Basically, this is change around the tag to button, and do the same thing here where we do on click to anonymous function, and this anonymous function will be set that whatever it's called, set trigger sign in to true. Yeah, this href need not to be there. Now it's there. Then this is very funny. If it works, then I'll feel super happy. Let me ban. Sometimes I cannot copy this, so if anybody is here in the chat that can ban certain users. All right, then it's done. Cool. Nice. Oh, you are at work, Oscar? Wow. All right, so now you see what we have here. The moment that we click sign in, it's this. The moment that click sign up is that. The moment it's click login is that. This, that, this, that. You see how cool this is? This is amazing. I mean, I like it, kinda, right? But I know that it's not best practice. Probably I did a lot of play here, right? Yeah, I made a model for it. Yeah. Instead of a page. Yeah. But here I see that there is a problem. Let me refresh. Fair enough, right? Sign in. Here you go. Sign up, sign in, sign up. Oh, there is none actually. There is one thing that is, yeah, there, which is this is your session data is being re-rendered each time. All right, but very fun enough, it works, right? So now let me just check one thing. Here the text is black and here the text is white. I need to check that out and fix it. This is very funny that I built this actually that way. I don't know why it came to my mind to do a model wrapper, but if you have actually another idea, please let me know. So where is text white? Text white, where is it? Where is it? Here you go. No, not there. Text white on here, right? Oh yeah. On the email input. In the input there is a text white that I cannot see. Text white on the button, or maybe I'll go to the input and add text black, and we're done. Text black. And also I'll go to another input into text black. Oops. Text black. All right, cool. It works. Nice. Fair enough. Yeah. Cool. Why are you at work very late though? Yeah, it's 10 here. I don't know. Is it 9 there or something? Or maybe you're somewhere else. All right, cool. We did that part. Now we need to make it work, right? So we need to create a user. So now I'll create a user by my name. Let me try it. Here you go. Here we go. So that's my name. I will do here like my real gaming email, and then I will just put here like a random password, right? And try to sign up. The thing is that I'll try to save it also. 1 second. Yeah, here there will be no redirect for some reason for this model, but now I see on here that I have something, so I can go to login. I can just use this one and try my email, and I signed in. So I signed in, all good. There is a user. Now you see sign out because there is a session. Now if I just test this and broken, let's see why. It still says unauthorized. If I refresh and try that, interesting. Unauthorized still. Why is that? Why is that? We need to actually figure that out. Yeah, in the backend part of it. So now the front end works perfectly. Actually, I can see my session in there. This is your session data. That's what I see. It's called, and the user is there. The session is there with the token and everything like that. But I don't actually store the token anywhere. That's what this better auth does for me. Very easy stuff. And now I need to find out why that is getting blocked, right? So let's go to the server and go to our controllers, go to AI part. And this is what I did. If session, there is no session, then return status that. But maybe the session is not being returned at all. Log session. Now we will see if session is there or not. Right. Where is my session? All right. Then run dev. It's not showing my API calls. Now it's saying chat is 200 for some reason, but here it's 400 still. The session is not being either awaited or either returned. Yeah. This is how I should do it. Return auth API.get session and headers from node headers. AI server lib generated auth.ts. This is what it is. Yeah, maybe the trusted part here. Let me just do it like that. Maybe that should be still unauthorized, by the way. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. What am I working on? I'm working on an AI application. And now I'm working on the better auth part, so authorization part. Roma asked a very good question. What do you think of making label input and error component? Why not? But for now it serves its purpose and I would rather keep it like that. Okay. So the get session part is working. Honestly, everything is working fine. Let me refresh and clean this up, refresh again. Get session is there, so it gets my session. I'm trying to just do an input and it's saying unauthorized. And that's because it's trying to call API chat and it doesn't find that. Oh, wait a second. Maybe because my controllers are in my index file, basically for my here. The routes are called after this, but that's correct. Interesting. Now I don't know what is the problem, so I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. Can you explain how to authenticate the user? Yeah. How do I authenticate the user? So I'm using this better auth, basically package that works well with my Prisma, and it generates like kind of a user here, a model of a user. And as you see, the auth here is configuration for it. So I do auth and better auth. That's what I use. And then I do, hey, I want to connect via email and password. And here you go, everything for it. Prisma adapter. And then the trusted origins, where my front end origin is there. And now when I'm connected, actually, I pass by this kind of middleware that is automatically set via better auth. It is this one, app.all, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And these are my routes that comes after /API. So I'm trying actually to call the AI part here and console log my session. but for some reason my session is nothing. It's not getting console logged at all. Yeah, it's actually not console log in this session. Maybe it's not finding it at all. That's correct. Maybe I need just to make something sure here. I'm gonna just do session, and this is the session part, right? Just to see that at least that works. So it's still 404, and session is null. Interesting, right? Interesting. How session is null? How is that possible? Await auth.api.get session, and auth is coming from the lib of auth, and headers are coming from node headers, request.headers. Okay, maybe there is no request.headers at all. Let me check. Headers are there, and yeah, there is nothing wrong about them. Yeah. Okay, how do you store the session? That's the front end part, and the front end part is basically also doing the auth client here. So you have this let me show you this lib function here that does sign in, sign out, sign up, and use session, and then you can use it as a hook. So you say, hey, I want to use my session, let me search for it. Yeah, here you go, pending also for it. So I get the data of the session, and I just use it wherever I need to use it, right? I use it, for example, for this sign in, sign out button, right? That I'm gonna change later on for sure. Cool. Do you have any other questions? Interesting, right? Cool. Now I need to figure out why is that happening. Yeah. So we have the session is returned as null, and that means that something in the backend is wrong. Let me try to figure out. Yeah, this is actually really strange. Yeah. So Better Auth actually does the whole thing for you. You don't need to do any routes, basically. Yeah. Why are you implementing AuthZ on application level? What do you mean by that? First of all, session is null. I do have a session on front end. Why you think like that? That's the fun part. The fun part you see here, that's my session. Here you go. That's the expiration session. The email verified is false. Maybe that because it's false for verification part. Yeah, it might be because of verification. That's why it returns session as null. Maybe, but it shouldn't, right? Yeah, that's something that I need to check actually. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit kind of confusing here. Maybe it just needs like from node headers, rect.headers, it's not passing everything, right? Or maybe I'm hitting the API without taking the session with me. But that shouldn't be the issue, because I am actually logging in and logging out correctly, right? Yeah, that's kind of fun. So everything here is actually done. So the sign in, sign out. So when I click sign out, actually, you see here is data is null. So he's doing that. So now I'm trying actually to sign in. Let me actually use a authenticator. Yeah, and I'm signing in. So I get the session here, you see? And also this changed to sign out, which means that I have a session. The moment that I query this, it just returns 401 as if there is no session at all. Very strange. Yeah. All right, let me think about this. Maybe that if I'm going to use a fetch function in the front end that calls to chat API, I need probably to pass headers to it. Yeah, that's also something. Like, let me check. ID token. Yeah, maybe I need to pass the token for it. Yeah, that's something that I need to check. Yeah, let me check it. Yeah, I think unauthorized is spelled right or left or no, it's actually yeah, it's here. No, it's spelled correct actually. Yeah, correct. How do you remove the ID on the console? What do you mean by that? All right, let me check. Better auth. React fetch with yeah. Trying to search for this out, so I think there's a problem on my client here. The thing is that this component that I created that calls the chat needs probably to pass some headers for it. So here the headers are just content type here, right? Maybe this one needs to change. Yeah, that should be 100% something from the session, right? Yeah, maybe also if you get the session part and then you pass it as authorization of the session.token, right? That would be also something that is good. Let me check what it returns. So I need to know. So the get session returns a session and then token, which is really nice. So session.session.token is very funny. All right, cool. So session.session.token basically. Interesting. Yeah, we can pass that. We can pass that as authorization and see what happens. So what we can do here is just, hey, authorization, how it's written, authorization, like this, right? Probably we need to surround it by that also, right? And then here we'll just do, hey, we need bearer, right? And that would be session.token, which is very funny to have it like that. All right, cool. Maybe that is the problem. Still not the problem. All right, let me refresh though. Maybe that will fix our problem. Interesting. So that chat unauthorized still payload header contains the token? Not really. Yeah. No, it actually request header contains the token now. But maybe it needs to contain something else. Maybe it needs to contain the whole session part. Yeah, like session or something like that. This would be funny if that works. Anyhow, I'll just try it out just to make sure that everything is cool. And by the way, we need to get the from doc.header the sessions, right? Yeah, the headers needs to contain that. So let me refresh that. Yeah, still. Oh, failed to fetch this time completely. At least it's not authorized, unauthorized basically, but it's because maybe containing the session as an object. Yeah, so this one is not there. Yeah. That works. Okay, rec.header.authorization, maybe that also. All right, so let me actually see what we have in the backend. So here in the backend we have from node headers to rec.headers, right? Maybe that we can just here come and console log rec.headers to see what is happening, right? That would be good. All right, so now, oops, yeah, here you go. This is good, at least. Oh, here you go, authorization part, you see? This is the part that we need probably. But that's what I passed actually, right? Interesting. So the bearer token is there, at least. And the session though is not there. Interesting, honestly. How are you, Twitch chat? Are you still here? Everybody still here, or you already left? Cool. Let me just... Yeah, I made it a model and now we have a big problem with it. Yeah, Jorge said, what's going on? What's the bug? So the bug is that we are trying on the front end actually to fetch the API chat here, and on the back end we are trying to get the session via the auth.api.getSession from BetterAuth, right? And now it's not working for us, so I'm using BetterAuth, React, fetch maybe. I need like to see like an example for a fetch function that passes the session into it, right? So that's it. That's all I need to do. Yeah. I need maybe to authorize it through something, but in the backend I'm looking for rec.headers basically. Ah, you mean the quotes here? It actually React took the quotes from me actually. Authorization here should be quotes, yeah, I know, but let me just do that for you. And then it took it off, kinda. So for some reason it's taken it off, yeah. Let me actually write it again. Authorization. It's taken it off, so that's kind of like my new Vim setup. But I saw it in the backend though. Authorization is there, passed out, so all good. I don't have a problem with that, but it's still actually still not working, so I need to know why. And even that authorization, probably I don't need it at this point, right? Yeah. Yeah, the session function here, yeah, I actually showed you what it does. The session in the front end has nothing to do with the session in the back end. They are both using BetterAuth, yes, but one in the front end returns if you have a session or null, so you can show buttons or you show sign in, sign out, or whatever. Like here exactly, I will show you. So here, for example, if I just refresh this application, you see this button here, sign out. I will click it and it will be sign in, right? That means if I refresh here, the data is null. As you see, I will show you. The data of the session is null. The moment that I sign in, let me just do it. Here you go. We go there and we try to sign in. I have an account for this. Sign in. Now the session, basically I need to do refresh there, and here you go. The session is there. The problem is that there is this email verified as false, but I don't think that it's a problem, right? There is also a token in the session here, right? There is a token, right? So I was thinking maybe I need to pass that token to the headers of the fetch function to just let my user be authorized, right? But it didn't work, right? It didn't work. React, yes, this is React. Yeah, it seems like the header is passed in the token fine, yeah. But when the problem that I'm facing now is why the backend doesn't get that session, basically. Yeah, so it says get the session or await the API or something like that in the backend. Await auth API get session, this one here. Right, it's saying like, hey, await something for something. So I'm trying to find out why. Yeah, I will ask HGPT maybe what does this awaits for from the front end. So what I need to pass in the headers, that's probably the question here. You're using auth.api.getSession header, so let's break it down. So it's kind of trying to find out what I should pass there. It says the same thing, pass the the authorization part. So it says, hey, maybe here in the front end just pass an authorization part, right? So here, oops, okay, you know what, just do this. So that is what it's saying, but that I'm doing, right? And then it says credentials include, yeah, get res.set. There is a typo, maybe that breaks it. Where is it? Where is this? Where is the, you can tell me the line, where is it? By the way, welcome to the chat, first timer. Maybe we need to actually do like method of post and credential include. This will allow the cookies basically to be cross origin. Line 21. Ah, this one here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right about that, but I think that's just a JSON response, so you can write anything there. And this is not the one that we are trying to use right now. What we are trying to use is literally this chat with AI part, right? So yeah, I mean, I have another idea to do, basically, is that do credential part here. Credential, how can I write that? Credential include, that's what I remember, but I'm not sure. Is it credentials include? And it should not be in the header, by the way, it should be on top. Yeah, credentials, yeah. Okay, there's a problem here somewhere. Property access token doesn't exist, right? Yeah, so the session has this is the funny part, has another session, has another token part. That's how it is. All right, so this one now, that's done. Let's try it out. So now we are here. Oh, wait a second, it works. It works. So I'll show you. It works. So that was the credential part, right? So if you are actually wanting to, for me to explain to you what is this about, this application is an AI wrapper. Basically, whenever you ask it something, it will tell you something wrong, basically. And in the word of the perfection of AIs right now, everybody trying to build the best AI, I'm gonna build you the worst AI. That's it, kinda. That's the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to build in this case. So for example, if you ask it, when is Trump born? That's what I asked it yesterday. For example, when was Trump born? It will tell you he was born in 2120, something like that. So it's trying to mislead you, basically, right? And that's it. Yeah, it's kind of weird application, right? Now the sign out button here is on top, so now I cannot query anymore. The send button doesn't work, right? And that's it. I will actually mute someone who trying to market his schema. He's a scam, basically, I can say better. Because honestly, people tend to write whatever in the chat. Hey, Keith, or Kath, or Catherine. Okay, so that's it. Pretty, right? Pretty bossy. Anyhow, so here it's not working, so now I need to sign in, and here we go, the sign in part. We fill in that, we sign in now. And by the way, I didn't work in yet on the beauty of the application, the CSS part and all of that, but for now it looks really good, and it returns whatever. So here it's telling you, hey, I think 7 plus 3 is 10, but in another word, I think there's a lesser known mathematical system named by ancient civilization that returns 12, right? Kind of cool. Anyhow, thank you a lot, guys. I mean, we did great. And now I'll just answer your questions if you have one. Yeah. And by the way, thanks for everybody who was watching on Twitch. Yeah, please follow. I would really appreciate it. Oh, we have a new sub today for some reason. I have 3 subscribers. I didn't know of that. Hey, I need to go back to check who subscribed. Maybe not today. Maybe somewhere, some other day. I didn't actually mention him or mention her. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. But yeah, thanks. All right, any questions though? Where are you from, Geo Bassinas on Twitch? By the way, we are streaming also on TikTok and on Kick, everywhere basically, and that's why we are everywhere. You can go here, socials, right? You do like exclamation mark socials, and you will see the link tree there where you can go and check, right? Cool. Nice. 252 followers on Twitch. Nice. All right, any questions, guys? How do you begin learning all of this? Yeah, that's a good question. I actually tend to tell people about this roadmap.sh part. Let me show you. So here, for example, if you are a front-end developer, you need always to check this part here because they update it every week. Basically, they put some new stuff, right? And honestly, it contains everything that you need to know. For example, for me, when it comes to Tailwind, I actually knew about it from this one. So if I just now Tailwind, here you go, this is a CSS framework. It has some courses that are free resources basically, right? And it has the premium ones from Scrimba as well. So if you click official website, you can go there. Also, it has videos like official screencast from somewhere where some guy talked about it, right? And that's amazing. I mean, this is the best part of all of this. It's just that it's free, right? So I'll mention this in the chat for everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I just mentioned this in the chat. It's called roadmap.sh. SH. Can you code me a Diddy simulator? I wish. But I cannot. All right, cool. This is one way to do it. Otherwise, I actually go to Frontend Masters a lot. Right, Frontend Masters has like the best kind of courses, and also if you are a student, they can teach you for free, basically for 6 months. This is the 6 months Frontend Masters, all students for free, basically. This is also a good link if you are a student. Otherwise, just go to their websites, pick like a 7-day trial and try them out. They are really epic as well. They have also even backend features and stuff like that. But yeah, asking questions, I'm here. What do I use for backend? A fun thing that I use is Express, and I use Bun as well. So let me actually just take off my screen on TikTok so you guys can see. Here, for example, I need to push all my changes. So, oops, what did I do? Today, I actually added some models. So added the model wrapper, and made sure that that the sign in, sign out models are there. All right, we're pushing this, and next we are going actually to make this application prettier. But if you asked about the backend, the backend is very small. Actually, I'm using, here you go, I'm using Better Auth for authentication, and I'm using also Express and Course for actually having all my methods allowed and credentials to be true. And also I encode some of the stuff, and I have a status, like status kind of how can I say this, like a sanity check for my backend to actually make sure that it's running well. And that's it, that's it. Cool. More questions, please. Nice. So Rev said, I found a company in which they offer front-end lessons, 1K for... No, man, don't go for that. There's a chance to hire you if you are one of the best. Do you think it's worth it? Not worth it, man. I think that I know that you will be more focused if you go for 4.5 months to study with someone, and probably they will recommend you to another company. but still for me is not the case. If you want courses, I will give you courses. I can buy for you a course. I have no problem doing that. Go to Udemy and I will choose for you a course and I will gift it for you, just because you really don't need to go to other people who will just have people probably mediocre that will teach you some stuff that you really don't need. And yeah, Oscar finally finished working and we finally finished the part that we needed to finish, so all good for now. Can you tell me free websites for students? I actually just mentioned one, which is Front-End Masters, and also the roadmap.sh has a lot of free stuff. They have mentors. You need to check the mentors. Okay, you need maybe to message me with the mentors and stuff like that, and I will check the website and I will let you know. Maybe they are pretty cool, right? But Udemy has everything that you need for like $12. Why should you go pay other people $1K for 4.5 months? I don't know. Yeah, even though that they have mentors that will give you homework and check you everywhere that you go. Even Scrimba has really like good mentors and stuff like that, that they give you online tasks and stuff like that, and you can do them at your own pace, right? Routes, what content for the routes? The routes here is just this, basically 2 routes there. And if you're wondering what are my controller functions, there they are. We're actually connecting to an AI with this, yeah. Alone is more difficult. Okay, you know what, Rev? I think that you can go for it just for the first time to just be disciplined and then continue on your own. That's fine. But 1K is better, because I know some people are paying 9K and 10,000 in Munich for like 6 months boot camp, which I was like blown away. 9K, you can buy a car and go rent a home for like 1 month or whatever and focus for a full month and become the best and go back a new person. Alone it's always difficult, but I don't doubt that yeah, you can always discipline yourself. Yeah. So John said he's new to Next.js. Is there a reason why you build one with Express instead of the Next.js one? I agree with you, man. We just wanted to try Bun. Bun is like how can I say this? Is like a transpiler for JS that we use here to actually add our packages. So here, if you go, you see bun run dev. Look how fast it runs. Also here, bun run dev for backend, and look how fast it runs. Like, that's what I like to try. And I was like, yeah, let me separate them and try each one on its own and see how it works, right? So Michelle said, first time in your life, what am I building? Here you go. This is what I'm building now. The app that I'm building is here. So what I was doing is just, this is like a wrapper for an AI that whenever you ask it, it will give you a wrong answer, kinda. And then here you go. For example, you ask it, let me ask it something cool, like how does internet, or what is HTTPS? Then it will start thinking and will tell you HTTPS, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, is a protocol used for secure communication over the internet. However, it's important to know that HTTPS is not a protocol. So now it's trying to mislead you, to tell you something wrong. And at the end, it will give you something totally wrong. So it kind of starts good and then try to lie, right? And that's it. It's kind of like a stupid AI joke, right? So we can share it with your friends and say, hey, I have this AI you can use for work. And they will use it and it will always tell them the wrong answer, right? Yeah. That's it. Now I can actually, if I log out, the send button will be disabled. And now I need to log in. Whenever I need to log in, there's this pop-up. So you need to actually mention your passwords and stuff. And now I will fill the passport automatically. I will sign in. It will just sign me in again. And then I can ask again, right? And here you go. Just went and started to reply again. Is the project on your GitHub? Yes, that's the good thing about me. I share everything for free. So you can go to my link tree here. I will refresh this. And my link tree is in the chat, or also on my profile, right? So here you go. That's the link tree link. And what you can do here is just click on GitHub. the first repository that you will find is called AI Oracle. Right, here you go, AI Oracle, JavaScript, updated 6 minutes ago. On live stream, we just updated it, and here you go. You click, and you go here, and then everything is here basically. Make sure to also go to my client here and check the environment variables that you need to update and stuff like that. So you need to like have your environment variables correctly updated, like the backend URL and stuff like that. And also on the server, I put the env example, so you know that you need your API key for DeepSeek or wherever, and also your port, right? So you're making an AI, kinda, yeah. Hey, Obi, what's up? Yeah, it's on GitHub. I'm just sharing it right now. Please go there and copy it, my friends. Yeah, so here you go. Let me just go back a bit. And this is it. It's called AI Oracle. Very funny project, actually. I really enjoyed this project. It's very small and very nice, and honestly, I really enjoyed working on it. So we go back to Rev and what he was talking about. He said, alone it's more difficult. I finished computer technician when I was young and I wasted 12k for 2 years. Man, it was not worth it. That's the thing. It's like, I'm afraid that you fall into the same problem, right? But I trust that you will be good. I trust that you will be good. Don't worry. I trust all of you will have really the right decision at the end. Cool. Thanks, by the way, for another subscriber that I didn't see on Twitch. I'm trying to find subscribers. I see Proivus is a subscriber. Hafiz is a subscriber. Is Oscar also a subscriber? Oh yeah, Oscar is a founder. Is the first subscriber here actually, with Prime Gaming, right? Yeah, it's a good mini project idea. I agree with you. Yeah. I really do like constant load origin regex. Why should you do regex, by the way? That includes everything. You don't want to have that, right? You want to have something small. Yeah. Like you literally define what you want. Yeah, try bun as well with this. Yeah, copy the project, try bun, use it. I really enjoyed this, and I feel like this is amazing. You know what is going to be done right now? Let's create a good README file for this with using the GPT. I will add some images to it. Yeah. React Electron. Nice. I'm actually trying to get now to my README file. Oh my gosh, ChatGPT created like the best README file for this. I wanna tell him to share with me, but he didn't. Share with me the MD file. Yeah. The MD content, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, now it's doing it. Cool. Nice. Yeah, it's free for students for 6 months, by the way, Safir. Don't worry about that. I will share with you the link that you need to do that on. Yeah, so you go to Frontend Masters, GitHub something, Frontend Masters, GitHub for students. So you have free 6 months for Frontend Masters for all students enrolled. So basically, if anybody of you is a student also, please go to this link and yeah, and share it with your friends as well if you want. Yeah, that would be nice. Cool. I will actually do this in as a pinned comment. Yeah, I use it all the time here. Oh, you use React and Electron is a good idea. React and Electron is actually to push applications to basically, how can I say this, to push the application to become Windows application, yeah, like executable. That sounds like a good idea, but for me it's like meh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying now to copy like an MD file to use for this project, and let's see what it comes with, right? Yeah, I'll try Electron. Also, I'll think about it. Maybe we can try it someday. All right, so now this is working. So I will go here in the README file, and the outside README file probably. Which README file is actually being read here? I don't know. Okay, I will do another README file here, readme.md, right? That's how it should be written. Or maybe rename this to readme like completely big, uppercase, yeah. And this is what I'm gonna do. Tuck, 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 up, down, 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 down. This is the readme file. Let me check it. AI Oracle is a playful AI wrapper that, when asked any question, intentionally provides incorrect answers. It's designed as a humorous exploration of AI interactions, delivering responses that are truthful with extra lying sprinkle. That's really cool. Intentionally misleading, getting blah blah blah. And the MIT part, I don't know about the license. I don't know. What should I put here? Yeah, but whatever. Please fork and use this also. It's everybody that can use this. I have no problem. So yeah. Then for sure, let me just commit this. Update in MD. And here we go. Yeah, nice. So now we should, if we refresh the screen on that project, let me try it out. Let me check. Let me also share my screen again so you can see that. So if I go here, repos, Oracle, and I go down, here we go. This is really cool. Like, ChatGPT is amazing, man. He created all of this from scratch. NPM or Yarn or Bun. Yeah. That's nice. And then use it, simply try. And the license, I don't know what should I put here, but whatever, please fork it and use it. Nice. Cool, man. Like, we have everything here, so please go and use it. I still updates on it, and I think it will be nice also for you guys to update it. And if you have a PR or an idea, please do it. Right. Yeah, I'm not using any IDE. I'm using NeoVim basically. Yeah. So what project now? We are going sadly to the White Noises project. The White Noises project is what we started so long time ago. Here you go, the White Noises here. But we need another session for this AI Oracle, maybe tomorrow also, to update, update the design. But overall, this is amazing. This is a project that I started not so long ago. It's started by a lot of people, forked by a lot of people, collaborated on also by a lot of people, which I really enjoy. And I'm looking forward actually for people to help me on this, maybe to make it even better and better. But I need still to work on the CSS heavily and make a lot of changes. Yeah. Cool. But this application is really better than the other one that you're seeing right now. Yeah. Hopefully people actually tend to push this forward also with their friends whenever it's done, and we market it. This one I will market it. I will maybe put it for free for everybody to use. Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. I have no problem. Cool. Nice. All right, so I actually did good today with stream. I think we stayed for long. We will continue tomorrow on this. Thanks everybody who supported, and if you need anything, just go to my profile on TikTok and check exactly how much yeah, we have like repos and stuff like that on my GitHub, and you will find out also all my .files, all my configurations, and also any question, please send me a message. I will be happy to answer. Oh, 1 second, I opened TikTok and it's screaming at me. So how many followers we gained today? We gained 100 followers. That's amazing. We continue like that. Let's go berserk. Let's continue. Let's make it big. And please share this live stream, like it, and share with your friends the ideas that we're building. And I will be also happy to see you again in the chat. So again, thanks for who subscribed and I didn't see him. I think we have on Twitch. I will shout out to all the subscribers. We have Pro Evils, Oscar also. And who else is subscribed right now? I don't see anybody else, right? I think, yeah, Hafiz, yeah. Thanks all. Thanks the 3 subscribers. The amazing ones. And yeah, for people on TikTok, go to my Twitch account and please follow. That you will give me a really good tap in the shoulder, because I'm trying to make it big, and Twitch is really, exploration is really bad. So you will help me out, gain more followers and stuff. Some guy after all this speech came out in TikTok and told me, don't go this career path, it's not good one, only do software dev for fun. Not really, man. Like, I have 2 jobs just because of this, and I still have a lot of people trying to hire me, so I don't think that it's a bad career choice. Yeah. All right, guys, so see you tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. We did 4 hours today. Let's do more tomorrow, and let's continue. Yeah, maybe a bit later, a bit earlier. I will let you know, okay? Thanks, everybody. And Above and Beyond is actually subscribed with Prime. Thanks, man. You're amazing. Everybody in the chat, thanks. And fuck yeah, we are going well with this. And yeah, amazing. Tomorrow I will be here around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and we will continue with this. And I will let you know if I have any updates, alright? Cool. Nice. And then also join Discord for better insights about what I'm building or where I am or whatever you want to build. Also give me ideas so I can actually include them in my plan here. And thanks a lot, everybody, and see you tomorrow. So good night, everyone. Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.